We interrupt this transmission to bring you the following live broadcast.
It's Wednesday. It's 6 p.m. It's the ThinkSoJoe Show! I'm going to miss that when we switch to the new board. I'm not going to have that effect.
We're not going to be able to figure that out?
There's not going to be effects on the new board.
Oh, we can do something.
It doesn't need to be done. We can get like a foot switch or something.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know. But,
you got to do it.
It's tradition at this point. I mean, I wasn't doing it all last summer because we were doing it outside.
Oh, that would have been rude to the neighborhood.
Well, and we were doing it on the Blue Yeti, so that was
right.
Pretty much
a different animal.
Not something we could do in real time anyway. We could always, the live broadcast would just be like, ThinkSoJoe Show! And it's not the same because there's no echo, right? But then, we could do it in post, and then the podcast would have it, but then that would be unfair to our regular listeners. Mark, by the way, is not listening tonight. He did send a few asses along.
Oh, how nice of him. I hope the bird is doing well.
I believe the bird is doing much better.
We'll have to get an update sometime in the very near future, Mark.
Yes. So, real quick, next week, programming alert, we won't be here at 6 p.m. We'll be on the station you're listening to, but we won't be here in the studio. Next week, you can tune in all day long. It's going to be the two of us, and it's going to be Ryan and Dennis from The Struggle Is Real. It is the Struggle Is Warped All WNY live broadcast from Warped Tour.
Oh my gosh.
We'll be over somewhere near the WNY corner stage.
How exciting is this, guys?
We will be we'll be hanging out there all day. You get to hang out with all the bands that are performing on the WNY corner stage.
Who all happen to be excellent dudes.
All amazing bands. Check this out. Cardboard Homestead. We love them.
We love them.
Toy Box Brigade.
We love them.
We're going to be announcing a show with them soon.
Very soon.
Lucky 33, those guys. We actually, you and I are very excited to see the Interrupters on the one of the Journey stages at Warped Tour. And when we went and saw the Interrupters the last time, Lucky 33 was opening. They're from Syracuse.
And they were very, very good. I am looking forward to seeing them again.
And we've got County Kings are playing.
I haven't had the pleasure. Looking forward to it.
I am absolutely looking forward to it as well. On the Cinder, they're just amazing.
Yeah.
We're big on them. We've got some they sent us some tracks. So yeah. I don't. But today we're plugging something else, so we can't. Which really, if I would have known that we were doing next week, I would have booked this for a different time, but whatever, it works. Stolen Bikes, I hear they're pretty good. I'm not familiar with them. They do. Of course, we are dear friends of A Night and Light, and we love them to death. We were just talking about Cam before we went on the air.
And how he can pull off a tank top like no other.
How he can pull off a tank top, and then we know those new ThinkSoJoe Show shirts that are coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get Cam a tank top.
Yep.
And
Cam's going to get a one-of-a-kind.
Yeah. And Quickside, I'm not familiar with them, but...
I'm
they sound like a band that would fit in on Warped Tour.
Yeah.
I would imagine. I'm not familiar with their music.
Well, we're going to know them by the end of next week.
We will. So, yes, next week, tune in. We'll get you timing closer to the show. I'm not sure exactly when we're starting.
Yeah.
But we'll be there all day.
It's going to be so fun.
It's going to be a mix on the air. If you're not going to Warped Tour, it's going to be a mix of... live programming with us and with the dudes from The Struggle Is Real, and some pre-recorded content that we've been working on nonstop for the past little while here.
Everybody's been working hard on this. We really
it's
give a shit.
It's gonna be really cool. So make sure you tune in, listen. Even if you're at Warped Tour and you're like, man, I'd really like to hear that broadcast. We are going to eventually have it up as a podcast, and probably in chunks, I would imagine. I can't imagine we're putting up an 8-hour podcast.
That would be a little much to digest.
But if you're going to be at Warped Tour and you're like, oh, man, I really want to listen to this, I suggest you hang out at the WNY corner stage.
Yeah.
We've been informed that we're not, we were asking about putting little PA speakers up, at our booth and, in between bands broadcasting. But we've found out that we are, in fact, broadcasting through the stage speakers on the WNY corner stage in between bands. Like, how cool is that?
This is just getting cooler and cooler every time we talk about it. Something changes, and it's just cooler.
We're not just now going to be at Warped Tour broadcasting. We are going to be somewhat of a part of Warped Tour and the WNY corner stage next Wednesday. If you haven't gotten your tickets already, go get them now. It's not going to sell out. It's a big venue with lots of room, and but get your tickets, get them for get them. They're
if
more
I'm not
expensive
mistaken,
than usual.
Are the local acts playing on the corner stage selling pre-sale tickets?
I am not aware if they are.
I thought I saw something about that, but they are all so good at pushing their tickets that I might be thinking of a different show.
This is true, yes. But we're very much looking forward to being a part of Warped Tour, being part of the WNY corner stage experience, and having this all WNY presence at the final cross country Warped Tour event coming to Darien Lake.
But you know what? Maybe they'll do some other incarnation of Warped Tour, and maybe it'll still come through once in a while. Just not
maybe.
Maybe they'll do an East Coast and a West Coast.
Sure.
Something like that. So, I don't know. It might not be the complete death of Warped Tour, but it's the death of Warped Tour like this.
Right. And I mean, if you've never been to a Warped Tour...
I haven't.
And I know you haven't, but if you've never been to a Warped Tour, it's, a lot of the time, the prospect of, man, there are so many damn bands, and there's so much going on, and it's going to be so hot and everything, but you don't even notice by the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because there's so much to do, and you're everything, there's always some kind of entertainment going on. Like, last year, or not last year, but a couple of years ago when I went, I saw so many bands. It was the first time I saw the Interrupters. It was the first time I ever heard of the Interrupters.
Yeah.
My buddy Brandon was over by the stage that they were on then, which was one of the smaller stages, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm over here, come check this band out with me. Like, all right, cool. So I went and hung out with him and saw the Interrupters and got the full bio from him on the way home, because we ended up giving him a ride home. So that was my introduction to the Interrupters, and then later in the day I saw Real Big Fish and Less Than Jake and Sum 41, and it was like Yellow Card's last time playing Buffalo.
Wow.
So it was such a fun day, and we saw Every Time I Die, and they're playing this
again.
year. Yeah, you could catch them. Real Big Fish, Less Than Jake,
and
also playing
I've
again.
I've never gotten to see Every Time I Die.
Well,
and that's kind of on my bucket list, so maybe I'll have to
that
check
could be
them
one of the times you get to dip out. So,
yeah,
we're not handcuffed to the desk, at least.
Our job is really hard.
I know. Man, it's almost as good as getting paid, Scott. Anyway.
Well, if I would do better on my advertising sales, maybe we would get paid a little.
Yeah, Karina.
Well, we have some sponsors for the Warped Tour podcast.
We do, and that's really cool. And you got those quick.
You know what?
It just came together, like the band.
I reached out specifically to the music community, specifically the punk music community, and it's just such a great community that they took advantage of the opportunity and they wanted to participate, and they just kind of scooped it up. So Voice of Dissent and At the Helm and Crippled Mess and Dagon are all sponsors, and there's a couple more coming in still. So they're all, thank you guys for helping us be able to podcast from Warped Tour.
Mm-hmm. And that's really cool. It's really awesome that we're getting to do that. And what else is really awesome is what I get to do this Saturday night, which is what I love to do, which is promote local music and book local music. And what a show we've got coming up Saturday night.
It's great local music.
What a show we've got coming up Saturday night. So
tell me about this.
Let me tell you about a band called Exham Priory.
Oh, tell me.
Exham Priory, just about a month or so ago, released a brand new album, and it's called From Darker Tides.
Yes.
Thus far, there has been one opportunity to buy that CD, and that was at their CD release show in Niagara Falls. So, you know how people
At the River Pub.
At the River Pub, and that was a great event. That was a great night. Wonderful time. And they did a wonderful job putting that all together.
Yeah.
Now, if you're in Erie County, a lot of people in Erie County don't like to drive to Niagara County and vice versa. So now, if you're in Erie County, you felt left out. You couldn't get to the Exham Priory CD release show. You want a physical copy of From Darker Tides. You've been rocking that on Google Play or iTunes or wherever. You've been rocking that on Spotify for the last month, and you're like, man, I really want a physical copy. And so now you can go to Nietzsche's this Saturday night, and you can finally have your Erie County opportunity to buy for the first time From Darker Tides from Exham Priory.
Awesome.
As rats take over Allen Street.
If it's anything like the Niagara Falls release, it's going to be epic.
I always love having Exham Priory because they are just a phenomenal band, phenomenal stage presence. People love them. People come out to see them. Every time I have to tag them in a post and I see that they have 2.1K followers on Facebook, like I get jealous a little bit because I've only got 307. So Facebook.com/official ThinkSoJoe. Go like my page and get me past Brian Muller, my former co-host. Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
We miss you, Brian.
We do miss Brian. I feel bad. I offered Brian some work earlier, and then I took it away from him.
Oh.
We didn't end up needing it. So I was like, man, all right, I will order from you soon, I promise.
Yeah, you do recommend him quite often.
I send jobs his way, and if you watch Things You Might Not Know and you catch the closing credits, you'll see, and the link is also in the description. It's in the videos, like, all my background music on Things You Might Not Know is from Brian, including that entire Warped Tour broadcast I did a few weeks ago.
Awesome.
Which had just a lot of, like, punk kind of stuff, like pop punk kind of stuff. Buy from Brian, Fiverr.com/7th_sons.
So tell me about this week's Things You Might Not Know.
Oh, this week's Things You Might Not Know is all about coffee.
Coffee? What am I drinking?
Are you drinking coffee?
I am drinking leftover coffee from this morning with ice in it.
Oh. Yes.
I'm thrifty.
This week's Things You Might Not Know. We didn't even finish talking about this show on Saturday, but we'll talk about it throughout the show today. So we'll get back to it. But yes, this week we're talking about coffee and the banning thereof in Sweden in the 18th century.
I haven't watched this one yet. I've been very tired and sleeping an awful lot.
I watched it on a 100-inch screen.
I know.
I was excited. I'm like, look at me and how fucking big my head is on this 100-inch screen.
So, SummerSlam party, guys.
Yeah. We'll talk about that more. We'll come up. We'll figure
When
out.
is SummerSlam?
5 weeks from this past Sunday.
We have time.
We've got time.
Okay.
Because
I'm going to be making hors d'oeuvres. You know this.
Of course you are.
Yes.
So what I've always wanted to do is I call them, and it's a Simpsons reference, BYOBBQ. Okay, like, it's a vague Simpsons reference, but it's like, bring your own beef, bring your own meat, we'll throw it on the grill. Like, you don't gotta feed everybody, just feed yourself, because I sure as fuck ain't feeding you.
Right.
Bring your own drinks, Don't get fucked up on my property, though. It's not my property.
Right.
But don't get fucked up on my landlady's property, though.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want that. Just, be respectful. That's,
We can drink like grown-ups.
Yeah. And what I want to do is, what I've always wanted to do was get a projector and do an outdoor SummerSlam party for WWE's SummerSlam pay-per-view event every August.
Yeah.
And I've been wanting to do this for like 5 years now. And I've been looking at projectors, and every now and then I'll like, I will, I'll have spurts where I'm looking at projectors. Mm-hmm. And our boss, Scott, got a new office and had a projector screen in it. She's taken my picture, by the way. So Scott got a new office, had a projector screen in it, so he went out and bought a projector. And I'm like, God fucking damn it, he got one before me. So then I went out and I bought a projector. Actually, Scott and I were talking about this a little bit on the show last week. I had bought a projector. It was a cheap one that I found on Facebook.
Yeah.
Somebody was selling for $60. It's like, and then they're like 3,000 lumens and HD, HD video, and like I got the damn thing, and it is the worst piece of crap I've ever owned. And
what are the applications that this would be a useful device? If you're sitting in the closet with the door closed and projecting on the wall right next to you?
Well, we were talking. I think a good use for it is to light my green screen.
I know, but that's not what you buy it for.
No, that is not what you buy it. No, it's not what you buy it for. No, this thing is useless, practically.
That really sucks.
And I'm fighting right now to get my money back, so I'm waiting for PayPal to make a decision on it. And I've offered the company at least 3 times now. Send me a shipping label, I'll send it back.
Right.
In fact, I originally offered, I said, listen, you seem to have, the description on this page seems to be for the one that is $30 more, not for the one that I bought. And so I want to give you the benefit of the doubt and say that I'm stupid, that I misread, this is not what I should have ordered. I should have ordered the other one. So let me send you this back at your expense because I still feel misled.
Right.
Let me send this back at your expense, and then I will, upgrade. Let me just pay you the extra $30, and I'll upgrade to the next one up. And I didn't get a response for like 3 days. So after the podcast last week, I contacted PayPal, and I was like, I kind of want my money back on this. And, and I sat there. I gave them another 2 days to sit there and, just get back to PayPal, and didn't hear nothing back. So I opened up a claim, and PayPal's like, well, now they got 10 days to respond, and they've responded. I don't know what the response was. They don't tell me that much. You're peeling stickers off my desk.
It was sticking up a little.
Okay, fine.
I'm going to clean this desk after the show.
I don't need the desk cleaned. It's fine.
There's germs on here.
Anyway, so PayPal is now making a decision as to whether or not I'm getting my $60 back for this cheap-ass...
It does not seem like it's worth $60.
No, this is... You buy this for
This would be like $20, $30.
You buy this for your kid so they can, I don't know... Fuck.
Yeah.
Like, it's not good for anything. Honestly, like, it's terrible. Projectors sometimes will have what is called a screen door effect. And what this is like the pixels get so blown up that you can see the black outline around them. This has it, like, big time.
Damn.
So this would not be good for anything.
No.
So I am, like, very much, hoping to get my money back on it. I did get my other projector this week.
Yeah.
And I got my 100-inch screen to watch it on. And I was sitting in the night I got it, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do some voiceovers.
Right.
And then I'm going to go watch an episode of this documentary series I've been watching called The Toys That Made Us on Netflix.
Pretty interesting what I've caught of it.
And I'm going to watch that on the projector just to, just to see how well the projector works.
Yeah.
And oh my goodness, like, the picture was so clear. And, like, it was just, I was, like, immediately after, I was looking for bigger screens. I'm like, you know what?
Where the hell are you going to put this?
I'm like, you know what? This 100-inch screen is nice. Where's the 150-inch screen? like, seriously. Like, but it's so, like... Our biggest TV in the house is 58 inches, so this is almost twice the size of our biggest TV that we're able to watch on this screen with this projector, and it's like, holy shit, this is cool. Like,
Can I just point out that, like, a year ago, I didn't have a TV.
Now she lives in a house where there's a TV in every room and 2 projectors.
And 2 projectors.
Yeah. Not to mention the computers.
And I almost know how to use the TVs.
You almost... Yeah, I was at Monday Night Raw. And you posted something, and I said, hey, are you watching? And you said, no, I don't know how to work the TV.
I don't. I've never used the... you go to the Spectrum app?
The Spectrum app.
Well, doesn't it fuck up every time we try to watch stuff?
On Mondays and Tuesdays, it seems to.
Yeah.
Way to go, Spectrum. Everybody loves Spectrum.
Yeah, I don't know. So, I'm sorry I distracted you.
No, that's okay.
Tell me more about this show on Ellen, Rats on Ellen.
Saturday at Nietzsche's. Yes, it's Exham Priory. And then we've got a few other bands that are very incredible bands. We'll start with Stationwagon. They jumped on. They had to replace a band that had broken up.
Oh.
Which we always hate to see bands break up around here.
Yeah.
So
it's like watching mom and dad split ways.
Right.
It's heartbreaking.
And it's interesting you say that, because that was a band with a female lead singer that split up. But Stationwagon's taking over that spot.
Right.
When we play them tonight is probably going to be the first time I've heard of them.
It will be the first I've heard of them.
And so, but Exham Priory handpicked them.
Well, if they picked them, then I trust them.
And that is exactly what I was going to say, so I'm taking their word for it. We've also got the Cage Kings from Rochester.
Okay.
Who we've played on the show a little while back.
I remember liking them.
And we've also got the Scarecrow Show.
Oh my gosh.
I love the Scarecrow Show.
Always a good show with the Scarecrow Show.
Please stay tuned for an announcement on a show that features the Scarecrow Show from All WNY Radio. And of course, Exham Priory headlining.
Yeah.
And Nietzsche's is kind of afraid.
I know. They're worried about moshing. You guys, we can't get too crazy.
Yeah. Go enjoy the show.
I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, no, I think Exham Priory's fans are like adults who are there to enjoy the music.
The music and the show. You know, we don't want to be jumping around moshing, beating each other up, because we might miss Nicholas Cito doing something really cool.
Or really stupid.
Whatever, it's going to amuse us.
It is Nick, after all. Yeah, or, any of those guys, really.
yeah, they're all...
Except for Anthony. Anthony's just sitting back there doing his thing.
Playing the drums.
Yeah, he don't want no attention. He's just like, I'm just going to play. You guys do all that shit. I know this from being in a band with him. So, hey, I was on YouTube last night.
Yeah.
And I had posted the picture about the shirts on Facebook.
Yeah.
And one of my old friends who I haven't hung out with in God knows how long, he says, "What's a ThinkSoJoe?" And so I had to explain to him how I got the name ThinkSoJoe, being in the band ThinkSoBrain, and then it just came out from that, And he said, "Oh, I got it. You're in a band." I said, "No, I was in a band," and I sent him a link to one of the songs on YouTube. And as I'm scrolling through after searching for ThinkSoBrain, I found this playlist of like rock songs.
Yeah.
Just this massive playlist, and like the first couple of songs are by like 6 a.m., right?
Oh.
And I fucking love 6 a.m. And I'm like, why is this showing up when I search for ThinkSoBrain? And I scroll down, and sure enough, one of our songs was on that playlist. Somebody put us on a playlist with all these incredible like bands, and it's just like, holy shit. And I recognize the name. It was a Facebook friend of mine. It's not even anybody I've met in person.
Oh, really?
So it's just like, holy shit, thank you very much for putting us on this list. Like, I'm astounded.
Yeah,
like, I'm
so cool.
I'm dumbfounded that ThinkSoBrain is on this list with like 6 a.m. and, probably like Slipknot and shit. Like,
oh my gosh, I kind of want to listen to it.
It's
listen to the playlist.
We can't do it right now. Clearly.
Well, I know we can't do it right now, but maybe do you have it saved somewhere?
I shared it on Facebook.
Oh,
so
that's right.
Yeah.
I think I saw the link.
Yeah, it'll be up there.
Okay, we'll find that later.
Yeah, well, let's see what's. I'm just curious as to what else is on it. So we're gonna get there right now.
Oh.
Look at that. It starts with 6 a.m. So the playlist is called Rock One. We're gonna. It's going to come through in our headphones, but it won't go through on the broadcast. Oh, no, I guess not. It's not going to start. So, Launch 6 a.m. Alice in Chains is on there. Tonic. Pearl Jam. Creed for some reason. Seether. Stained. The Black Crowes. Candlebox. I guess it's just rock music in general, because there's Green Day and Panic at the Disco. So, Bowling for Soup.
Bowling for Soup.
I'm bummed. To them. We were just talking about them because they played a Warped Tour date just a couple of days ago, but they're not on this one. And I love Bowling for Soup. I'm All American Rejects, too. As a matter of fact, I saw Bowling for Soup and All American Rejects on one show.
No shit.
And that was the first time I ever met MC Lars, who is also not playing Warped Tour this year. And I'm bummed about it. But yeah, we're like Buck Cherry's on here, Theory of a Dead Man. Tantric Apocalyptica's on here.
Oh, wow.
That's a really good song, by the way. I Don't Care by Apocalyptica.
Yeah, I really like Apocalyptica.
Pink Floyd is on here, and just you keep scrolling down, and somewhere down there's Tool, Misfits, Smashing Pumpkins, Faith No More. Yeah, we're coming up. We're shortly down here somewhere. I'll just look for the skull.
I saw some Meatloaf in there.
Yeah. We're in here somewhere, I swear.
There it is. You missed it.
Did I?
Yeah.
Where? Oh, there I am. Yeah, so number 180 on this is myself, is my band, my old band, ThinkSoJoe, which on this track are members of Exham Priory.
No shit.
And me.
Uh-huh.
And my dear friend Heather Meir.
Yeah?
Who hasn't put out any new music in a while for us to play on the show. So
well, maybe she should get on that.
I'm going to have to yell at her and tell her, hey, I have this podcast where I can
maybe don't yell
shit.
at her, just speak firmly and nicely.
I guess.
Say please and thank you. Use your magic words.
Yeah, okay. The magic words?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Is that what works with...
with my mom's babysitting job? Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Apparently, the idea of magic really makes you want to say please and thank you.
Right.
And the more I think about it, the more I think that I really thought I could do magic by saying please and thank you. And it stuck with me. I'm very polite. I'm not going to lie to you.
So a while ago, Brian posted on Facebook, hey, look, I'm a GIF.
Mm.
And I don't give a fuck what any of you say. It's GIF because the creator said so. The creator of the file format.
Yeah, that's how I've always said it too, I think.
Yeah, everybody says GIF. No, it's a fucking GIF. Anyway. And by the way, Bruce Willis, fuck you. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Anyway. I digress. So Brian's, look at me, I'm a GIF. And I'm like, so? And I had, literally posted a GIF of me from the Nick and Dan show when I was being interviewed.
Yeah.
And then I commented, and I'm like, so? Join the club. And then I shared another one of me eating a sandwich that was that was the animated GIF for a Board Wrestling Fan like a year ago or so. And then I posted a clip from Daffy Duck's Quackbusters where it's like, yeah, well, I'm an umpire. Hocus pocus. to bring it back to the magic words. Hocus pocus.
Hocus pocus.
Abracadabra.
Oh, my.
Yeah. And you know me, I love my Daffy Duck's Quackbusters.
I know you do.
We were talking about business ethics a week ago.
Yeah.
And I told you that, if there's one thing that I've learned from Daffy Duck's Quackbusters, it's ethics in business.
Yes.
So, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to Walmart and buy the DVD for $10 and watch Daffy Duck's Quackbusters. I don't need to explain it to you. You should just watch it because it's that good.
Yeah. We might watch that when we have dinner tonight.
I will bring the Blu-ray player into the dining room. We'll watch it on the 100-inch screen. I am down with that idea.
Oh, man.
Oh, you know what? I don't even have to do that. I can hook it into the Xbox. I just need a long enough HDMI cable.
Do we have that?
Probably not. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
This is going to be fun.
We'll figure it out. I want to figure out how to hook the Xbox up to it and have a good spot for it anyway.
Yeah.
So that way I can play like NHL, when NHL 19 comes out next month, or in September rather,
Yeah. I
could sit there and play NHL 19 on a 100-inch screen like, yeah, this is awesome. And then I don't got to worry about the glare from the windows because it's a fabric screen.
Well, I brought that Visquin. I have more at my mom's house, I think.
No, I don't want to black out the front windows.
You don't want to live like vampires?
No.
Why?
Why? Because sunlight is good for you. You need your vitamin.
Me and my vitamin D deficiency.
I was say you need your vitamin D.
I have to go get that blood work done.
See, the ThinkSoJoe Show is helping.
Friendly reminders.
It's
from
helping.
ThinkSoJoe.
We're helping. Yes. All right. Speaking of helping, let's help ourselves. To a helping of Stationwagon, and this is a band that is playing this Saturday night at Nietzsche's with Exham Priory. I don't know what the order is going to be. Honestly, I would imagine Exham Priory is going to close the night at 1 o'clock. But
if Nick Lucido's still standing up,
this is true. We might have to have them go second to last.
I know,
even though it's their CD release technically. Let's go with, let's say this song, God's Plan, from Stationwagon on All WNY Radio, the ThinkSoJoe Show. Any second now. right, Stationwagon.
That was pretty groovy.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Might have to get them on another upcoming All WNY show at some point.
We have plans.
We do have shows
I
in the works.
lost one of my ears.
You lost one of your ears.
Yeah, am I not?
How are you now? Is it?
No, it's
still no?
I mean, I can live with it.
You can live with it.
I can live with it. It's just a little wonky.
I don't know. I've got no explanation.
Oh, there it goes. What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
We need to clean that board.
Yes, and that's we bought the stuff to clean the board.
Yep.
So, yes, that's something we're going to do is clean this board because we're using it at Warped Tour.
So maybe tonight we'll drink some Pepsi and we'll watch Daffy Duck and we'll clean this board.
Daffy Duck's Quackbusters.
We still have to watch Indiana Jones.
Yes, we do. We've been talking about that for a month now.
I'm not holding my breath.
I mean, when Indiana Jones has such quotable lines as, Mary had a little lamb, but I ate it! Then we'll watch Indiana Jones. The South Park episode where they were raping Indiana Jones, that was on the
Oh, I didn't catch that one.
You were asleep. I went in the room and that one was on, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know this episode. Like every time I walk, like you put on Hulu and put on South Park, and every time I walk in, it's like, here's an iconic episode of South Park.
I know. Well, they're all pretty iconic.
I'm starting to realize this. Like, I don't think there was ever an episode of South Park where there wasn't something that was like memeable or quotable or memorable. Like,
yeah.
Like, it seems like every time I walk into the room, like, like the other night I went in there and there was the baseball one, like I thought this was America.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like that, I saw that one. Like, I've seen so many, episodes of South Park, and because I binge watched the whole.
I used to do that in college.
I binge watched it up until like a couple of seasons ago, and then I haven't caught an episode since. Mm-hmm. So I kind of got to catch up again.
Yeah.
What was it like? I can't remember what the plot was, but it lasted like an entire season. It had to do with Randy and a computer or something, I don't know. But that was the last bit of South Park I watched.
Was it when the internet went
down? No. That was a single episode. That was a
long time ago.
Yeah, that one was on the other night when I walked in the room.
Yeah, I remember that one being on.
So, but like, it was a whole season. I can't remember what the fuck the plot was, but it had something to do with Randy and something to do with a computer. No. It wasn't Randy, it was Gerald. It was Kyle's dad.
Oh.
I don't remember what the fuck the whole thing was about, but...
well, we'll probably catch it soon.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll come up. I'm sure I'll walk in and be like, oh, this is the episode I was talking about on the show the other day.
Yeah.
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 South Park was... South Park's been renewed for another season, so congratulations to Matt and Trey, and who have been like, we want to end this fucking show since episode 100, which was ages ago at this point.
You know what I wouldn't mind is another Matt and Trey film. I really think that they do some great things. Like, I don't care for comedies that much. I prefer horrors, thrillers, action movies, but their comedies really tickle me.
And yet I love comedies.
I mean, you're normal. I'm kind of fucked in the head, and I would rather watch somebody running around with an axe murdering people.
I literally got Netflix so I could watch The Waterboy. And you're like, I've never seen it. I don't want to see any Adam Sandler movies from that time period. Adam Sandler sucks and he should die.
I didn't say all that.
Okay, maybe not that last bit.
I don't think he sucks. I don't care for him.
You said then like after he stopped doing comedy movies, he made drama movies and he made me cry. So fuck him.
Yeah, that sounds more like something I would say. Because as we all know, Monsters Inc. made me cry.
She still refuses to watch Up.
I'm not watching that movie.
It is such a good movie.
I'm sure it is, and I can let the rest of the world enjoy it.
You guys let Karina know how good Up is and tell her she needs to watch this movie.
You guys, I have a Twitter now. Tweet me.
Yes.
And tell me how good or bad Up is.
Yeah.
What's my handle?
Aren't you at Karina DeFabio?
I probably am, because I'm not that creative.
At Karina DeFabio.
Okay, so if you guys can figure out how to spell that, tweet me. I don't really know how tweeting me works, but do it.
Just follow me. I tweet her occasionally, so you see her handle come up. You just scroll through my tweets. I'm sure you'll find it. I'm on Twitter right now, at ThinkSoJoe.
You guys should all follow me on Twitter before Warped Tour, and then we can all stay updated, because I got Twitter just for Warped Tour.
I'm down here. You're in here somewhere, but a lot of this is tweeting about wrestling over the last few days.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, well, I was, I'm literally sitting at Monday Night Raw tweeting about how much I don't want to see Roman Reigns while Roman Reigns is in the ring. Roman Reigns is in with a microphone, and, alright, let me, there we go. I tweeted you out on, July 13th. Listening to at Interrupt tweets in anticipation of seeing them on the 25th Advanced Warped Tour. Mine and at Karina DeFabio's favorite band, who we saw on our first real date.
We also went to, what's it called? The Museum
of Play.
Strong
the
Museum
Strong,
of Play.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great date. That was our first unsupervised date. Because really, Allison had been there. Well, no, when we went to see Trainwreck.
Yeah.
But we didn't even get to sit next to each other.
We didn't sit next to each other.
And we both got stood up.
We both had plans to go on actual dates after, and we both got stood up. Yet you went home instead of hanging out with me.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was at Raw the other night, and I was tweeting during Raw. I said, I'm currently debating with other audience members which is better out of Seth Rollins and Elias. I keep asking which one of them lost last night. They keep telling me Elias didn't wrestle. I keep telling them that didn't matter. And also I was wondering out loud, I was wondering on Twitter if I was in a crowd full of wrestling fans and I said, hey guys, thank you for watching the Slat Rock channel, if they'd recognize me.
I bet some would.
I'm sure they would, or at least, hey guys, it's Joe filling in for WrestleMania. Which I'm doing tonight, apparently, so.
Good.
Rode Microphones. You got some competition, you know.
What do you mean?
I tweeted, Rode Mics, it's been a full year that you guys have been making me sound amazing. Love you guys. And they tweeted back.
I saw that. They said, love you too.
They said, love you too, and sent 2 kissy faces.
You know what? If I'm going to compete with anything,
it might as well be my microphone that I make all my money with.
Well, it does make you sound pretty sexy.
I love that microphone. If I didn't have to play music on this show or any background music on the other show, I would so do it in the booth. Just because that mic makes me sound incredible. Well,
I mean, you do have quite an incredible voice as well.
I've been told I have a voice for radio and a face to match. Yeah.
You have the cutest face.
If you say so.
I say so.
If you want to see my cute face, watch Things You Might Not Know on YouTube.
Aww, that was cute.
And hear me talk about coffee. Next week we're going to talk about weekends.
Weekends?
We're going to talk about weekends.
What on earth about weekends? I'm intrigued.
You're going to have to wait till Monday and find out. Monday at 2 p.m. we upload new videos.
Well, I look forward to that.
Yeah, I've sent it off to the writer. I'm waiting to get it back, and we're gonna have a nice little video about the weekend. Not the weekend with no WEEKND, that musical act. The Weekend.
I love that you didn't call him a musician, but a musical act.
I don't know anything about them to call them a musician. I don't know if they play instruments or anything.
Isn't it a person?
You might be right. I don't know.
I think it's just a person.
My kid was here the other day, and she had her headphones on. Her mother said something to me, and I said, oh, yeah, she's sitting on the couch. Or no, I posted on Facebook, my kid's sitting on the couch listening to headphones, not paying attention to anything else in the world. Whose kid is this? Oh, right, it's mine. And her mother commented and said, oh, she's probably listening to Cardi B. And I said, what the fuck is a Cardi B? Is that anything like a Warren G? I've been told it's nothing like a Warren G.
Is it half as cool as a Warren G?
No, from what I've been told, it's not. I don't know what a Cardi B is. If you guys want to tell me what the fuck that is.
It sounds like a sweater.
No, it's somebody. I saw a link the other day that said that it doesn't stand for cardiovascular bronchitis.
Well, that's good.
I hope it doesn't sound like cardiovascular bronchitis either, if that's what the kids are listening to these days.
Dear.
Jeez.
Well, her musical taste will evolve as she grows. And,
mine did. I got into heavy metal when I was 15.
Hey, you know what really got me into music, like, more than anything, is Hanson. I would not, okay, if I'm going to be a 12-year-old girl who's obsessed with a boy band, at least I was obsessed with the boy bands that wrote their own music and played their own instruments.
I mean, NSYNC was really good, though.
Oh my gosh, don't think I don't know all the choreography to every NSYNC song.
I don't know how, but I got into an argument with, of all people, the masked promoter, Mike Dietz. I don't know how, but somehow he and I were debating NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys. I just, somebody explained that one to me. I posted from the Vanilla Ice concert.
Yeah.
We talked about this a little last week.
Yeah.
The DJ said, y'all like NSYNC, and then didn't play NSYNC, but then a few songs later played the Backstreet Boys. And you and I were there complaining, and I posted on Facebook, and all of a sudden I've got people like, well, the Backstreet Boys were better. Like, if the Backstreet Boys had any discernible talent outside of being boy band members, they would not be doing all these tours constantly. They would be international superstars like Justin Timberlake. And then a bunch of people jumped in and like, not only was Justin Timberlake awesome, Joey Fatone is the man.
Hell yeah.
Joey Fatone is fucking awesome.
Yes, he is.
I will watch Family Feud just to hear Joey Fatone introduce the Family Feud. And I should start watching Jimmy Kimmel Live, too, because you know who his announcer is, right? Is Dickie Barrett from the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
No shit.
Yes, Dickie Barrett of the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, who earlier today tweeted, to be clear, we've never had to knock on wood or wouldn't.
I saw that. I saw that.
Yes.
Yes. Because what I did when I started my Twitter was I mostly followed bands and people associated with music.
Well,
of course, that's going to pop up as suggested.
You liked my retweet. I retweeted it because, Boss Tones. I love the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, and I am looking forward to seeing the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones next month. I don't even know what day that is.
Who else is playing?
I don't know.
Well, I want to know.
Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, Canal Side. Y'all like the sound of my new keyboard?
That keyboard is sexy.
I love this thing. This thing is awesome.
If you guys go on my Facebook, there's a picture with Joe's new keyboard.
August 17, Mighty Mighty Boss Tones with Lowest of the Low.
I've heard the name, but I don't know them.
I really don't care because the Boss Tones are playing.
Right.
So,
well, I mean, as long as they don't have a DJ playing the same fucking songs for 2 hours.
Yanni could open up for the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones and I'd still be there.
I would totally be down with that, actually. Yeah.
I am very excited to be seeing the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones again. I see them every chance I get. They are such an amazing band, put on an amazing show.
I saw them at Edgefest one year, and I was like 17, and my head wasn't in it as seriously as it is now, so I didn't really care about the show. I cared about sitting around on the lawn and getting high, and the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones played, and I could hear them, and the crowd loved them, and I smoked some dirt weed. It was like grown-up Karina is kicking myself for it. Like, I never really got into the Boss Tones that much, but they're an epic ska band. They're definitely a staple.
Yeah, I know your biggest issue with the Boss Tones is you don't like to hear the same songs over and over again. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the time, you will hear literally the impression that I get, which is the song they referenced in that tweet.
Right.
So I understand that, but I mean, like, if you sat and listened to the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, you would love it.
I'm sure I would. It is like every time I start like a Google Play station that plays the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, they'll play like the Rascal King over and over.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
And it's like, okay, you know what? This is probably one of their more annoying songs. Yeah, especially if you hear it. Like when I was working at the pizzeria, like they would tell me, like, Karina, turn this off. Like, I've heard enough. And I'd be like, okay, you know what? Maybe I will change this song.
Fair enough. Yeah, that one gets a lot of play too.
Yeah. And I mean, I really do like the song when I haven't heard it for a couple weeks. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing them. I know that it's going to be an awesome show, you know.
Yeah, it's going to be so much. I am so looking forward to seeing the Boss Tones again. It's been far too long since I've seen the Boss Tones.
When was the last time you saw them?
Like 2 years ago. 3 years ago. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. The last time they were at Canal Side was the last time I saw them. That was was that the one Street Dogs opened up for, or was that a later one? I'm pretty sure the one Street Dogs opened up for them was the last time I saw them. And you've seen, I showed you that picture the other day of how close I was.
Yeah, right up front.
Where, like, literally he's right here in front of his crotch is in my face.
Right.
Basically, the dude from Street Dogs.
You got a whiff.
Yeah, pretty much.
What was that like?
I don't have luckily I have a horrible sense of smell. But that was a very enjoyable show. I was right up front for that.
I would love to see them.
I bounced, like, I don't know if I bounced after the Boss Tones played or like a song before they ended because I know I had to work that night.
Oh, you don't have that problem anymore.
I do not.
And Isn't it nice not to have to rush around after the podcast?
Yes.
Like, we can take our time and eat dinner.
It is wonderful. Well, you can make dinner, and I can set up the screen, and we can
It's going to be great.
Yeah, we could go watch Daffy Duck's Quackbusters on a 100-inch screen. I'm happy about this. Yeah, that's going to be... I don't even need, like... And that's a DVD, so I don't even need the Blu-ray player. I can hook up that old PS2 and plug that in as a DVD player.
Great.
So, yeah, cool.
Awesome.
I don't even need Wi-Fi for this, so I can plug it into that corner where the air conditioner's plugged in, and we could use it as a back, a rear projection, awesome. which is cool too. So like, I like that idea of the rear projection, like just because it reminds me of watching SmackDown back in the day, like like when they had the set with the fist. Like you don't know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
Some people listening might, but they had this set where they had this giant fist just bursting through the set. And then, like, right under it, there's this, like, archway, this dome, like, half dome. And, like, Rhino speared Chris Jericho through it or something. And, like, you could just see the projector that was shooting from the back onto this screen that was on this dome. And it's like, yeah, okay, so now the rear projector thing, it's like, that's so cool. I can recreate the SmackDown entrance, you know?
All right, let's do it.
I was told when I posted about doing a SummerSlam party, I was told, if you don't make the screen look like a ring, you're doing it wrong, and I'm going to stop talking to you. And I said, no, dude, you're wrong. You don't make the screen look like a ring. You make it look like the ring entrance.
Yeah.
So when you're walking by it, it's like, yeah, I'm a Monday Night Raw.
Should I rent some LED lights for this? Should we actually, like...
Maybe.
What is the budget?
It depends on if I get a book between now and then.
Okay.
Yeah. I got an email from one of my regular book clients, and he said, dude, you did a fantastic job on this one book.
Great.
And it's selling really well, and the reviews are really good. And I said, cool, man, thanks. And, like, I was hoping he would be like, here's some more work.
Yeah.
And he hasn't followed up on that. So
Which book was this?
This was one of it was, I don't know.
You've had quite a few of them lately.
I have been doing, I'm actually, like, I don't have a book right now. Uh-huh. I'm actually sort of relieved because it's like, okay, now I've got time where I can actually
budget your time a little better.
I can be a human for a few.
Yeah, spend some time with me.
Tao Te Ching. If you go on Tao Te Ching, if you go on Audible and search for that, you'll find me as the narrator. And
what was that about?
The hell if I know.
It wasn't in an Asian language.
No, it was not. It was in English. It was translated.
Was it like philosophy? Or?
It was probably. I would imagine it was philosophy. I do a lot of philosophy stuff. And,
yeah.
Like biographies. I did a Tennessee Williams play where I played 4 characters. That was
the Glass Menagerie, right?
That was the Glass Menagerie, yeah. And then I got asked to do another play from the other guy that sends me books. And I got into it and I'm starting to read it and I'm like, I'm really not feeling this. And then it's like, And now this part is sung, and I'm like, yeah, fuck you. Like, I am
Was
not...
it the Fantastics?
No.
Oh, because that would be great.
And I'm like, listen, man, you know, I don't want to do that to you or your listeners or your, you know, the people who buy this audiobook. Nobody wants to hear that. Just let me just do this, you know, piece about the Antichrist by Plato, you know? Like, I'm down.
Better.
I'm down for that. I will read about, I will read an anti-Christian, you know, not a novel, but like a criticism of Christianity is what that was. I'm like, yeah, let me do that. I'm okay.
That actually sounds really interesting.
It was, and like I do a lot of like with these books, I do a lot of like religious kind of stuff. So it was nice to have like that alternate perspective for once and get paid for that instead of like, you know, about how, you know, we need to educate our slaves in the ways of Christianity so that we can save their souls and send them to heaven. And it's better for them because we're able to do that than it is for the free, you know, the free people. Like, yeah, okay, whatever, dude.
I can't wrap my mind around that shit.
It's like I've said it before, where it's like it's cool to have that, to see it from that perspective. You know, where it's like, okay, you know, I completely 100% disagree with this guy. But I see where he's coming from.
Yeah, it's nice to have an explanation.
I like that. I like that, and I miss that in this world, because now if you want to argue with somebody, you know, about, like, okay, like, say you're arguing with a Trump supporter. And I don't mean to call out Trump supporters, all right? Like some of you are cool people, all right? But I don't mean to call you out, and I don't mean any offense by this, but like, a lot of people who support Trump, I would love to sit here and have a debate where I can see things from their perspective. Why did you vote for Donald Trump? Why do you support Donald Trump? Why do you think he's doing a good job? Right. I want to hear this explanation, and then I will counterpoint that. And I want to see it from your perspective, and I want to help you see it from my perspective. But unfortunately, that doesn't happen in this day and age.
It doesn't.
Because, like, oh, you know, you just get, you know, dumbass fucking arguments from people where it's like, Trump's great and Trump's gonna build the wall. Like, where the fuck is this wall?
You know what I've really been missing lately? High school social studies classes where you have to have those kinds of conversations, where you share ideas, you share opinions, reasons for your opinions, facts to support your opinions, and you do it in a civil way or you get kicked the fuck out of class.
Sure.
I really miss that, because I was definitely that activist that, you know, it was the times of W when I was in high school.
Right.
And there was a lot to stand up for. And, you know, I was very involved in my social studies classes. And then when I turned 21 and I went out to the bars and I would see my social studies teachers out in the bars, that was really interesting. Because then I was drunk with opinions.
But I absolutely, I am just, I loved doing that book about it was, you know, the religious education of the Negroes, and it was written in the time period of slaves, like right around the time of abolition.
Oh my gosh.
And in the perspective of like a white preacher who was a Southerner who, you know, preached to slaves and saw this as, you know, and gave his logic why it was better than, you know, the free, you know, African Americans running, you know, up in the North, where they didn't have this religious education to basically, you know, save their souls, as it were.
Or brainwash them, or whatever.
Whatever. But the fact of the matter is, like, I see where the guy's coming from. I see why he feels that way. And I would love to get that from, like, a Trump supporter or something like that. Like, somebody who disagrees with me politically or religiously or anything like that. Like, I want that. I want to see that perspective. I want to see why you feel the way you feel.
Yeah.
And why, you know, and how it compares to why I feel the way I feel. And, you know, you were asking me the other day about religion. And
I was, wasn't I?
You were. And I was never brought up with religion. My first real exposure to religion was Marilyn Manson.
Right.
So, like, you know, like, listening to Antichrist Superstar and seeing, like, dude, this guy's got some points here.
Right.
You know, and just kind of like, and I was 15, 16 at the time.
Right.
And I'd never been to church.
Angsty and impressionable.
Sure, angsty and impressionable. We'll go with that. And just like people didn't quite get the Marilyn Manson thing the way I did. And I had people like I wore the shirt American by birth, Antichrist by choice. Right? That one with the flag on the front that he had at the music awards the one year.
Yeah.
And so like I would wear that, and people would be like, Antichrist, you're a Satanist. And I'm like, no, I'm not a Satanist. I don't believe in that shit.
Yeah.
Antichrist doesn't mean you're necessarily a Satanist. It means, at least from the Marilyn Manson way of looking at it, it's you don't believe in that shit. And that's what Marilyn Manson's Antichrist Superstar is all about. If you listen to the song The Reflecting God, it's believing in yourself.
Yeah.
And putting yourself on that pedestal. And so, like, you know, that really spoke to me. That was, okay, I get this. This is, you know, and like, so that's, you know, that's, you've got my perspective now. You see where I'm coming from. You know what I mean? So, like, this is, you know, and why I don't believe what I don't believe. You know what I mean? I don't want to say believe what I believe. That's a whole different thing, but. We got another song to play here.
Yeah. What are we going to play?
We're going to play a band out of Rochester.
You know, I really like the scene out in Rochester. There seem to be some good peeps.
I wish we could get there more easily.
I know, but you know what? If we can do things like when we went to see the Interrupters and spend a day out there, there's stuff to do.
Oh, sure. And I hope we get to do that for Psycho Stick in a couple of weeks.
Oh, my God, I know.
I would greatly enjoy that day, going to play with toys all day and going to see Psycho Stick later in the day.
I can't think of anything better.
That sounds like an incredible day to me. But what's going to be an incredible day for me is this Saturday.
I know.
At Nietzsche's.
Rats on Allen.
Rats on Allen Street. This is a band from Rochester. They are called The Cage Kings. And this song is called Nailed to the Sun on All WNY Radio, ThinkSoJoe Show.
It's getting hard.
Cage Kings on All WNY Radio. ThinkSoJoe Show. Catch them Saturday nights. Nietzsche's. Rats on Allen Street.
Excellent.
Nietzsche's is a great venue.
It really is.
And just, like, every time we book there, somebody comes up to me like, oh, man, I'm really excited to be playing here. I've always wanted to play here.
I know.
Like, we had a band from Syracuse on the last one. All Poets and Prophets? Was that what they were called?
All Poets
and Heroes, yeah. All Poets and Heroes are from Syracuse. They came in, and the first thing they said to me, man, thank you so much. I've always wanted to play here.
That's awesome.
Like, okay, cool. I'm glad.
It's a cool bar. It's a cool atmosphere. Awesome stage. It's unique.
Yeah.
So it's set up really unique, very comfortable, very inviting.
Sure. I like to sit up on the sides during my shows. I'll shoot video from up there and stuff like that. But then when I move, somebody inevitably takes my seat. In fact, at the last show, I had my bag sitting on a table, and people were sitting at the table. Like, all right, I guess I'm not getting to my root beer. But
there's also a great dance floor for when you're feeling like shaking your booty.
Yes, but not moshing.
No moshing.
No moshing.
Booty shaking, welcome.
You mosh and get me kicked out of there. I'm getting you banned from there permanently too. So.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway.
Yeah.
You wanted to talk about something.
Yeah. So we just confirmed an All WNY show at Stamps in September. And I wanted to tell you about it.
Okay.
Can I tell you about it?
You can.
Okay. So, we're going to have on September 28th, it's a Friday, I think. I want to say it's a Friday.
Yes,
it's a Friday. We're going to have 3 Green from Lockport, Axed and Smashed from Sodus, right?
Are they from Sodus?
They're out that way. Virus X from, I want to say Niagara Falls, and Tokyo Monsters, our buddies from Buffalo, and, it's a diverse lineup, but it's all forms of punk rock, and it should mesh together pretty well.
I love Tokyo Monsters. We've had Earl co-host the show before.
Yeah.
And, that was, pretty cool. I like hanging out with Earl. I haven't seen him in a while, and,
Well, we'll be seeing him in September, if not sooner.
Well, hopefully I'll see him in September.
Oh, right. There's a lot of shows that day.
I'm doing something else that day.
I know. Well, they're playing last, most likely, so maybe you'll be able to catch
I will probably... I'm trying to get my buddy from Syracuse to come up and go to the show I'm going to that night, but that's neither here nor there. Other upcoming dates to mark on your calendar. I'm not going to give anything away, really. August 31st.
Ooh.
And that one we'll hear about that one soon enough.
Okay.
September 9th.
September 9th.
That's going to be The Missing Worker. It's their CD release that we're putting together. Let's see, October 18th.
Well, that's a ways out there.
I don't have anything booked for that just quite yet, but October 18th.
Do you know what you want?
I will figure that one out soon.
Okay.
We've got October 26th.
Close together there.
Yeah, well, that was...
Do we have that one? Oh, there's somebody there, yeah.
Yeah, we got somebody for that one, at least, so far.
That's gonna be good.
And then 2 weeks after that, November 10th.
Jeez.
You know what?
What's on November 10th?
Let's talk about November 10th.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop some knowledge on you. We've got 3 bands confirmed for November 10th.
Why November 10th?
This is at Mohawk Place. This is my second annual Mohawk Place birthday bash for myself.
Woo!
I know it's lame to throw your own birthday party, but when you book a birthday party that's got bands like Kennedy Carpool, Of Night and Light, and the Scarecrow Show, who we're gonna play in a little while, then I think that takes away from the lameness of booking your own birthday party.
Well, I mean, will there be balloons?
We could probably... We didn't have them last year. So I don't know.
I didn't make it last year.
You did not. December 9th, I guess we're going to talk about this?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Sure.
Okay, so last year we held a last-minute toy drive and concert at Mr. Good Bar.
Yes, we did.
And
And Good Bar
nice.
Took a portion of the door. Let's put that out there.
Well, I mean, a business is running a business. And
It's a business is running a business, but it's a charity event.
They didn't get their, charity receipt or anything like that. So, I mean, whatever. I'm not mad. It's totally fine. But
this year we're doing it somewhere else.
This year we're doing it at Mohawk? Yes,
Mohawk Place.
And instead of just a hodgepodge of bands saving Christmas, we're going to have some ska to save Christmas.
Uh-huh.
And we are just going to dance our asses off and bring toys. We're not sure how the pricing is going to be. Probably like $7, $5 with a toy or something like that.
We'll figure that out as it comes up.
It's not going to be an expensive show, and it's only going to be 3 bands.
Now tell them who's going to be on it. This is going to be incredible. Let me make one of them. Let me tell you one of them.
Okay.
I was walking up because you didn't make it to Monday Night Raw with me and with my friend Shannon, and we were walking back to the car, and we're walking up the street, and there's this overpass where the train goes under, and on this overpass, as we're walking by on the guardrail, there's a sticker, and the sticker read Reggie Childs.
Yeah.
So Reggie Childs.
Yeah.
I'll let you do the rest. I'll give you the honor.
We danced our asses off dressed like Christmas elves.
We did.
Last year to Reggie Childs, and that was really, really fun. So I'm looking forward to that again.
Your bell is over here somewhere.
Oh, my bell. That's so funny.
Is it in here?
I don't know. And then we're going to have our friends from the Toy Box Brigade.
Yes, Toy Box Brigade on a toy drive show.
Yes.
We love that. That's great.
Do.
They love it too. Yeah. They're excited.
And then my friends from the Abrupters. I'm so excited. I love them so much. If my Google Play is on, it is probably on Abrupters Radio. So needless to say, I am so excited.
So you have known the keyboard player for the Abrupters for the longest time.
Yes, we were buddies in college. We actually used to jam together, and he was playing drums back then. You found the bell.
But there's no thing in it. It's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone. It doesn't jingle anymore.
We'll put a jingler in it.
That's disappointing. I'm disappointed. Anyway, that fell off your outfit last year.
I know.
Anyway.
Yeah, so me and Mikey used to jam together, and I was a really shitty bass player, and he was a fabulous drummer, and we used to hang out at the Lockport Mall, at Picasso Moon. I worked at the Piercing Pagoda, and him and our friend Tom would always come to the Lockport Mall and visit me when I was working, and then he was our Lyft driver.
And this is where I found out that I have also known him for many, many years. Because, I had seen the Abrupters open for
Mephistopheles, who are coming again very soon.
Are they really?
Yes, we have to go.
Excellent.
We have to go.
You will have to make that one.
I know.
And I was watching them, and I knew you knew Mikey. I didn't realize I knew Mikey until he was our Lyft driver.
Yeah.
And it was like, hey, do you remember that one time, you were on the radio station, and we were all down there, and we were doing this game show, and this dude actually gave us money. I'm like, holy fuck, yes, I do remember that. Who's
going to forget that?
And
give a college student money.
Yeah, right. And it's like, holy fuck, I do remember that. So apparently I've known Mikey from the Abrupters for quite a while myself.
But I don't know, they put on such a great show. Their horn section is phenomenal. I played the saxophone most of my life. Sold my saxophone recently so that I could actually keep the electric on. Which really, really sucked because then I got back into ska hardcore. But I really appreciate a good horn section, and the Abrupters have just the most amazing horn section. And then watching Mikey do his dancing while he's playing the keyboard,
sure.
And there's just sweat pouring off of him, and he's running in place, how the hell do you do that, Mikey? Holy shit.
Because he's in much better shape than either of us.
Yeah.
I've now seen them twice, and they are really incredible.
Oh my God.
And I can't wait to have them December 9th at Mohawk.
December 9th at Mohawk.
And then also mark your calendars one more time on December 31st, New Year's Eve, Monday night.
Yeah.
And I've only got one band booked so far.
So, what are we looking for?
I will find, I've put feelers out there. We'll find bands. But as of right now, we currently have Tokyo Monsters.
You know, that show could go a lot of ways.
I'm well aware.
Because they are such a diverse...
Versatile.
Yes, versatile. That is the word I'm looking for. Either way, they fucking rock.
Yes.
So, that's pretty excellent.
So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to all of those All WNY dates. I sincerely, we are announcing it very soon. I sincerely hope you will all mark your calendars for August 31st.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to come out soon.
Okay.
Very soon.
Okay.
You will have all that information.
All right.
So, I mean, and if you want to guarantee that you're going to get the information, maybe you should come to Nietzsche's. Maybe say Saturday night.
Really? That's a plan.
That you might be able to get flyers for that August 31st show this Saturday night at Nietzsche's.
Oh.
You might be able to find out who's playing that show.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah. I'm very excited and very intrigued because I know who's playing. And I know what's going on. And that's going to be awesome. It is August 31st at Stamps. Mark your calendar. Be there. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun, I promise.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's all the All WNY stuff coming up.
Sure.
But tell me what we're doing. What concerts are we going to?
What are we going
to? Because I know we have quite a busy summer.
We sure do. And let me see here. I'm all the way up in December. So we have the Descendants. That's next. That's not next Friday. The Friday after next.
And where's that one? That one's at Riverworks?
I believe that's at Riverworks.
I've not been there yet.
And it's at Riverworks.
Is that where the guy got his leg broken during the impurity, or was that Ironworks? No.
That was Ironworks.
Okay, that's confusing.
Yes. Riverworks is around the corner from Ironworks, basically.
Why would they do that?
They're two distinct venues, and once you see it, you haven't been to Ironworks either.
I haven't been to either.
Okay. Because I was going to say, once you see Riverworks, you'll see the difference.
Okay.
So there's that. That's
right.
Friday the 3rd of August.
Uh-huh.
Let me see. These are not things that I've paid for. These are things that, we do have the Bosstones coming up. That's I believe that's August 17th, if I'm not mistaken. It's not on my calendar here. August 17th, yeah.
Okay.
We're also going to see the Headstones at Canalside, which I'm not sure.
We?
Yes. I'm not sure what the date on that is. Give me a second to find out. That is August 9th.
Wow.
Thursday, August 9th, the Headstones. I have seen the Headstones. I love the Headstones. I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome.
I'm looking forward to seeing an artist that's not going to be like, y'all remember the 90s?
It's a block party.
Yeah, right. So let's see what else. I'm going to see Steel Panther September 28th. We're going to see Social Distortion.
Yeah.
In October on the 16th.
I've been binging on my Social Distortion.
You have totally been binging on Social Distortion. I
just can't think of anything better to listen to. Can you?
No, I suppose not. So yeah, I can think of some more. Not on Amazon. Because you've been listening on Alexa.
Yes.
So once we get that other Google Home Mini tomorrow, and we hook that up, then I can think of some other good stuff, like, I don't know, the Dreadnecks and the Long Cold Dark and Exham Priory and the stuff I listen to in here with my Google Home Mini.
I like to get down on some Kennedy Carpool.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What else?
I like
Of Night and Light.
I like this. Listen to this. Listen. Hey, Google. Play the album Chief by Kennedy Carpool.
All right, here's the album Chief on Google Play Music.
And then we can just listen to Kennedy Carpool. give you. Hey Google, stop. Yeah, so I like being able to do that. I can't do that in my kitchen on that Amazon device there, but you know what we'll do? We'll put that in the bedroom. We'll use it for like alarms and just basically to have a. Plus, it'll hook into your Bluetooth thing, and we can just. Yeah, we could do that.
Okay,
that'd be cool.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll do something like that. Yeah. But we've got another Google Home Mini coming tomorrow.
I'm excited.
I got it for free with my projector.
You know, that projector just gets better and better.
I was excited to get that. Like, I was like gonna hold off on buying the projector, and then I got the deal where it was like, you can get a Google Home Mini for free with any purchase over $120. And I'm like, well, shit, that's a no-brainer. Because I love having this thing. I love being able to go like, hey Google, play the album Beast of Boredom.
All right, here's the album Beast of Boredom on Google Play Music.
And then you just get into some Dreadnecks, right? Hey Google, stop. We missed the Dreadnecks last night. I'm kind of bummed about it.
I know, me too.
But, you know, it was just...
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that yet.
Hey Google, stop. Okay, it stopped. Did you say you farted while I was telling Google to stop?
Yeah, I farted a couple times.
Great. In this small room that we're in with no ventilation.
I'm not sorry. You're stuck with me.
She's not sorry, folks. Yeah, I love having this thing because we got the Google subscription, so we get access to like all the YouTube Red shows, which we were talking about on the wrestling podcast the other day. G and I were. And we've got the access to the entire library of music on Google. Like, for example, hey Google, play the song Space Wizard by Yellow Sauce. And you get this.
Sure, Space Wizard by Yellow Sauce. Here it is on Google Play Music.
Oh, yeah.
Hey Google, stop. And now you're gonna, because if we let that go any further, you'd
it's
have
just gonna be stuck in your head.
You will be walking around all day like Space Wizard. I love those Yellow Sauce boys. Yeah. They apparently have some kind of big announcement. They're going. I saw
that.
I believe it has to do with the whereabouts of Bob Paul.
You know, I have been wondering what's going on with Bob Paul.
I believe that's what they're hinting at for this announcement that they're hinting at on.
And the announcement's coming Friday. Am I wrong?
I believe it's coming Friday.
Yeah, we'll have to keep you posted on that.
For sure. I love my boys in Yellow Sauce. Those are my guys.
They are your guys.
Yeah, and we love to have them anytime we can get them.
Yes.
And they are just phenomenal. So good.
They're
good.
another one that are like amazing musicians and amazing showmen at the same time. So that's great. Yeah, we appreciate your show, guys.
They've updated their profile picture as of 12:11 p.m. today and said, "Where's our banana? Find out Friday 7:20."
Okay.
That's tomorrow. That's this coming Friday. So we're gonna find out where Bob Paul is apparently.
Okay. I hope he's good. I hope he's not banana pudding.
I hope so too. So stay tuned and find out from Yellow Sauce what happened to Bob Paul.
Yeah.
And yeah. So
you got to hang out with Yellow Sauce a little bit, didn't you?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe I got to hang out with Yellow Sauce. Well, I hung out with them outside of the Exham Priory CD release about a month ago, and that was pretty cool. I found out that Ryan's driving for Uber now.
For Uber. You know, it's just a matter of time before he's our driver.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, we hold our breath. We're waiting for you.
Every time I go on Uber, I'm like, please let it be Ryan. Please let it be Ryan.
Or Mikey.
Or Mikey, yeah. Let it be somebody I know.
That guy that lives down the street.
The guy across the street. Yeah, he was parked in front of our house today. Yeah, we got picked up by an Uber driver twice. I have. The first time was with you.
The second time.
But twice I've been picked up by this guy who lives across the street from us doing Uber. It's crazy.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's bound to happen. There's so many Uber drivers now. I don't know.
Sure.
And we're in the city, you know?
Yeah.
Which I'm not quite used to yet. Like, you know, I grew up in Newfane, and then I went to Lockport, and then I went to North Tonawanda, and that's all fairly calm compared to city life.
Sure.
You know, I really like the city life, the hustle and bustle and everything, but I also really miss, like, where I lived in Lockport. It was like just this huge backyard with trees and gardens, and we always had deer and, you know, all kinds of wildlife in our backyard, you know, and it's just like this beautiful, beautiful property. And we had like a screened-in porch, and I would go outside and I would medicate, and I would watch all the deer and, you know, rabbits and everything. It was just so peaceful. But, you know, sitting out on the porch watching the cars and the street youths. You know
what's great though is that we live far enough out of the heart of the city where it's still kind of peaceful.
It's suburbia-ish.
It's suburbia-ish, except, you know, occasionally when you go to rinse out your screen printing screen, you hear your neighbors arguing. You know.
Well, you know, I did spend some time in a trailer park, so that makes me feel at home.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was out there and I was rinsing the emulsion out of the screen, and I just hear this guy yelling and screaming and hollering at his girlfriend, and she's, you know, yelling right back, and it's like, Buffalo. It's the same guy.
Buffalo, it's America.
I think if it's I think it might be the same guy where if you listen to Board Wrestling Fan, you hear that intro where it's like, you guys stop swearing, I have children over here. Like, I'm pretty sure it's that guy. So I don't know. But yeah, that's
those children with trashier mouths than any of your friends combined.
Yes, right. Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Like, you think we're bad on our shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, we do have ThinkSoJoe Show t-shirts coming.
Oh my gosh, I was just looking on the internet for ways that I can cut up my t-shirt and make it more punk rock.
Sure, and it's going to be warm, so you don't want to wear a full...
Yeah, I'm going to make it like a muscle shirt of some sort, but yeah. I just want to make sure that the design is intact.
Yeah, like, I will probably wear mine as a t-shirt, but that's me. And maybe
Not everybody can pull off a tank top like Cameron.
Maybe I'll bring my my cut-up Think So Brain shirt that I have and wear that at some point if it gets way too hot, so... Yeah. You know, yeah.
And we're going to be bringing some sunscreen, you better believe it.
Oh, for sure we're bringing sunscreen.
And our canopy tent. We just got a canopy tent.
Yes, we did.
So come chill with us at Warped Tour under the canopy tent.
Yes. We're going to be broadcasting live all day at Warped Tour. Well, you know, mostly live. We're live in between bands on the WNY corner stage. Yeah. Really, really, really looking forward to being able to do this and being a part of this. And, I'm really excited for all the bands that are playing. Here's the deal. If any of the bands are listening right now, Cam, this applies to you. If you promise to wear it on stage, you get your ThinkSoJoe shirt for free.
That is so cool.
Wear it on stage, give us a shout out, and you get the shirt for free.
You know what might be a good idea also is trading shirts.
Trading shirts,
Since you need more local band t-shirts for your things you might not know.
Also true.
Channel.
Also true, but I would like to make the money off of the shirts so we can get better equipment and make better shirts.
Understood.
And then also maybe offer making shirts as a service.
Yeah, keep it in mind, guys.
If anybody needs...
They look cool.
If anybody needs, like, small flyers, like the handbill flyers that we'll be handing out at the Exham Priory show. If you need those, we can print those for you, too. We can't print big flyers, though. Like, we could print, like, full-page, like, regular-sized flyers, but we can't print, like, the 11x17s that we like to have.
Well...
Which I should get a few of those made up at some point. I don't have any...
on the to-do list.
I don't have any for this particular show coming up. So maybe we'll get it for that next show that we're announcing prior to the next show.
Okay.
You guys know what I mean. Anyway, speaking of Saturday night at Nietzsche's.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite Western New York bands, and that says a lot because I love all of you fuckers. I really do. Like, you have no idea how many nights I sit here and I say, hey, Google, play the album Captive Audience by The Long Cold Dark.
Sure, playing the album Captive Audience on Google Play Music.
I love this album. I love this band. I love Western New York music. Hey, Google, stop. And this is the Scarecrow Show.
Yeah.
This song called Straight and Narrow on All WNY Radio, the ThinkSoJoe Show. The Scarecrow Show, All WNY Radio ThinkSoJoe Show.
Awesome.
That all rhymed. The Scarecrow Show, All WNY Radio ThinkSoJoe Show. Yeah.
You're a poet.
I didn't know it.
Yeah.
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 So that was awesome.
That's why I have to hire a writer.
Yeah.
She does an awesome job, though, doesn't she? Well, you didn't see this last one.
I didn't see this week. I saw last week.
You saw where we were talking. That was which one was that? I can't remember what the first one she wrote for me was. It was.
Wasn't it Warped Tour?
No, I wrote Warped Tour.
Oh.
Warped was the last one I wrote, and then she did the one after, which was about. Yeah, I can't remember my own content. Hooray!
Hooray.
All right, so we're gonna have to go.
They're already blurred together.
Sure. Well, I've done 13 of them now.
Yeah, wow.
I'm pretty sure that's where we're at. It's 13. Let's see. My channel.
It looked like it was squeezing a boob. Did you see that?
I saw that. I believe it was supposed to be a belly.
It looked like a boob.
Yes, the previous one was the unexpected. Yes, the math genius. The guy who walked into his class, saw problems written on the board, thought they were homework, took them home, solved them, came back, threw them on his teacher's desk, and his teacher was like, dude, those weren't homework problems. Those were examples of unsolved math problems that you just solved. That was pretty cool. So yeah, and then the previous one was Warped Tour.
Yeah.
We had a string of really good episodes where it was just like this. We have awesome topics here, like Jurassic Park is scientifically plausible. That one was cool because it was like I got to like research like what films were at least in 2011 scientifically plausible, which a lot of the older movies are the ones that made the most plausible list.
That's funny.
And then the following week, we talked about Vermin Supreme, the presidential candidate.
I am voting for him.
I certainly am. He's made a fan out of me after doing my research for that video.
I'm voting for him or Jello Biafra, whoever,
And, of course, we did Vans Warped Tour, where we talked about Calvin Klein being a potential sponsor instead of Vans.
That
Could you imagine?
blows my mind.
Calvin Klein's Warped Tour.
I don't think Warped Tour would be very fun.
I don't know that Warped Tour wouldn't be as fun as it had been, but like Vans is a much better sponsor because Skate Crowd,
Yeah.
And then we did the unsolved, we have a few clunkers every now and then, the unsolved math problems. Where we basically just, and this is the thing, like, I wanted to illustrate, this guy is a math, like, didn't even know he was a math genius, and then she does the research and sends me the script, and I'm like, this guy's a fucking math teacher. He legit is, like, all about math. He does, like, all this aerospace stuff, like, so, like, my clickbait of solved unsolvable equations is the only thing that makes him an unexpected math genius. Right? And then, of course, this week, No More Coffee is the clickbaity title. And, we talk about King Gustav III banning coffee in an experiment that he used a couple of death row inmates for to basically prove that coffee wasn't healthy, which didn't prove shit. So, to check out my video, the Swedish coffee ban, Things You Might Not Know on YouTube. It's only got 11 views, guys. We need to get that up.
Yeah.
My Jurassic Park one's only got 17 views.
Really? That was a good one,
And I put it out specifically the week the Lost World sequel came out.
Yeah.
Or the Jurassic World sequel, or whatever it was.
Whatever it is.
So, okay, sure. We need to get more eyes on these videos. Would be nice. I don't even give a shit about getting to the 1,000 subscribers, the 4,000 watch hours or whatever to get paid for these. I just think I'm doing a good job, and I want people to see it and acknowledge it.
You know what I'm noticing is every week, up until this week, because I haven't seen it yet, your lighting, your editing, your mannerisms, everything's getting way smoother. You're getting more comfortable.
Sure.
And I think having somebody else do the writing for you is helping you to be able to focus on presenting it a little bit better. And
my writer does an awesome job.
Yeah.
And she's got this week's script is being worked on right now.
Great.
She does an awesome job. She did. We had a little confusion this past week where I asked for. I want this video about King Gustav banning coffee, and she sends me a bio of King Gustav that happens to passively mention he banned coffee. And I said, okay, you know what? Really, this is good for what it is, but it's not what I'm looking for. And I sent her. I think I sent her the Jurassic Park video. And I said I wanted more like this, where let's give some facts about coffee, and then go. Okay, but, we all know about this, but this show's called Things You Might Not Know. And then we talk about, in Sweden, And within a half an hour, I had the revised copy, and it was perfect. And like literally what you hear in this video this week is exactly what she wrote.
Awesome. You didn't have to tweak anything.
There was no edits needed. Just she did an awesome job.
Great.
And she's, like I said, she's got this week's in her hand. She's ready to go. We're just waiting for her to write it and send it over, and hopefully we'll have another great video. And I'm really disappointed that only 11 people have seen this week's video.
It's early in the week.
It is early in the week. It came out 2 days ago. I had a guy tell me that he subscribed, but then I lost a subscriber.
He lied to you,
I guess. And but he, because I shared it on Reddit. Mm-hmm. In the small YouTuber section, and I said, hey, and I just put the title as, so you guys like coffee, huh?
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, I've enjoyed doing these videos, and I'm, I've almost got this camera paid off too. Like, I'm like halfway there.
That's so cool.
Which is crazy, because there was no way I thought, like, shit, I'm going to pay off like $500 of this $1,000 loan
while I quit my job.
It's been less than 3 months.
Yeah.
I've paid off half. And like my minimum is like $114 in 90 days, and I've paid like $500.
Great.
So it's like, damn, I'm doing pretty good for myself doing these, paying off this loan and everything. So like, It's not even a loan. It is small business capital or some shit like that. I don't know whatever they call it. I got money from PayPal to invest in my shit. So, and that's been really awesome. In fact, I think after I pay that off, I might go do that again to get better get like more professional screen printing stuff.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So,
well, hey, you know what? I can't help but notice that your beard is looking amazing lately.
Big time shout out to Grave Before Shave for that one. They make incredible products, unbelievable, and they're not paying us. This is just, she pointed out my beard, and I know she was getting at my Grave Before Shave purchase.
Well, it smells so good. Like, it's not a strong scent, but it's like this fresh, clean scent. I don't know what the flavor is.
You know who I got to give a shout out to for this is Dan Twist.
Oh, yeah?
Of the Nick and Dan show of Exham Priory, who you can see this Saturday night.
What?
I gotta give him a shout out because he was always rocking that Grave Before Shave merch.
Okay.
And I was like, when I went to go order some beard oils from my usual supplier, I noticed they didn't have any.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be like, guys, can you make this just for me?
Yeah, make a whole batch.
They're friends of mine, and I love them to death, but I'm not going to make them make stuff for me.
Yeah.
Just specific. Like, they've been good enough to me. Like, when I first ordered from them, they were like, you know what? We're not only going to send you... Because I had originally ordered, like, 2 of the original scents, and I'm like, can I switch one of those to, like, one of the other scents? And he said... You know what, brother? We're going to send you all 3 scents.
Aww.
We're going to send you some sugar scrubs. We're going to send you some, post number 2 spray. And we're going to send you some insect repellent.
Wow.
And they sent me this whole package full of all of this stuff, which I haven't used the sugar scrubs.
I was just going to ask you how the sugar scrub was.
They're around here somewhere. They're probably in the bathroom at this point. They used to be on my top shelf. So who knows where they ended up? Yeah. Because that shelf is gone. But yeah, I haven't used the sugar scrubs. They were marketing them as if you have tattoos, you use them on your tattoos and make your tattoos more vibrant. Okay. Yeah, because it exfoliates. I haven't used it. They're around here somewhere, I'm sure.
Okay.
But that's because I'm like, what? How the fuck do you even use a sugar scrub? You know?
Yeah, like, I don't know how you do that.
I'm a dude. And like they come with like, you remember like the little like ice cream cups for like the Neapolitan ice cream that would come with a little wooden spoon?
Yeah.
Like they came with spoons like that. And I'm like, what the fuck are these spoons even for? And it turns out that the spoons are for so you're not sticking your finger in there and getting your oils in there.
Okay, that makes sense.
Which is why, like, you'll see me use my guitar pick for the beard balm.
Right.
Which I was going to go with a company called Mean Beard. but their packages were like $10 more than the Grave Before Shave ones.
Did they give you a lot more?
I think it was about the same amount.
Oh.
But they came with a guitar pick. A Mean Beard guitar pick, and I was like, what the fuck's with the guitar pick? And so I looked at it, and it says, this is for, so for you to dig out the beard balm.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, well, I own guitar picks, so I grabbed just a generic guitar pick and scraped up some beard balm, and I've been using that, and that stuff is wonderful. The beard oil smells amazing.
Oh my god.
I recommend Grave Before Shave. I would like to check out Mean Beard at some point, because they've been supportive of me on Instagram. Anytime I post a picture, they'll comment and they'll comment #MeanBeard, and I will shout them out too. Like, I'll tag them because I think it's so cool that they always comment on my shit. You know what I mean? So it's I really dig that they're so personable about it, I should say. And I did tag Grave Before Shave the first time I used them, and they didn't acknowledge it. So. Oh. But Oops. We got you. Fuck you. We got your money. Whatever. But no, they make incredible products. I'm really happy with what we've got. Yeah. What I've got, I should say, and I'm grateful to. I just realized the Scarecrow Show is still playing in the background here, and we'll take care of that.
Worse things have happened.
It's not playing through our headphones or anything. It's just still playing. I just never it's one of those things where if I would have went like this, it would have been on. And oh hey, there's the Scarecrow Show still on the ThinkSoJoe Show on All WNY Radio with the guy who hosts things you might not know. Yeah. But yeah, I dig their stuff. The Grave Before Shave. That my beard feels. Yeah. So much better. It's really nice. So smooth, so silky. So
and you know what? It's getting really long.
It is, and I'm considering they offer a product for beard growth.
Really?
Yeah, I'm considering it. I'd like it to be a little longer.
Really? That much longer?
I don't know how much longer.
I mean, I support your decision.
Yeah, my mom doesn't.
Well, I'm the one who has to cuddle up with your beard.
This is true. My mom is I posted a picture last night, me wearing the ThinkSoJoe Show t-shirt. So what do you think? $10. And my mom comments, $10 for you to shave your beard?
Yep.
I said, no, more like $1 million. And then somehow I was sold to Cameron from Of Night and Light for $20.
I'll miss you.
Yeah, I'll miss you too, but I mean, that dude could rock a tank top.
I wish I could rock a tank top like that.
And if you want to see Cam rock a tank top, I am fairly certain he will probably be wearing one next Wednesday at Vans Warped Tour on the WNY corner stage, where we will be broadcasting nearby at the All WNY radio booth.
Yeah.
The struggle is warped. I didn't get in on the naming rights to this, apparently. That's okay, though. It's cool. It's a cool name. I like it.
Yeah.
You know what it is? It's because Ryan's still mad from the time that I forgot his name when we were on air one time. Like I was trying to give him a shout out and I completely spaced on his name.
Brain fart?
Oh, yeah. Big time. I remember Dennis. I'll never forget Dennis because the first time I met Dennis when he was heckling me at the All WNY Music Awards last year.
That's when we met.
It is when we met. Yeah. And I lost to terrestrial radio. Fuckers. Anyway.
We're never going to hear the end of this.
Not until next year's All WNY Music Awards. Whenever those happen.
Yeah. You mean this year's?
This year. Yeah, I need to send the stuff to Corey.
Do you need me to make a list?
No, I got to send it to, I'm going to send it to, Corey from Corey Comments on All WNY, and he's going to handle the rest of it. So.
Well, we did get a pretty good dent in there.
We did, so maybe I'll shoot him half of what I got paid and be like, dude,
Thank you.
Here's half of what I got paid for you to do the other half of our work. Because that was a time-consuming job. It was tough.
It wasn't that it was difficult. It was just tedious.
Well, yeah, it was also...
how awful was it to sit there and, sort through local bands? That really doesn't suck.
And no, it doesn't. But it's time-consuming.
And the repeats and...
dude,
yeah.
like Applejack, dude. I don't know if you're listening to this, H.A. Tetzlaff, but dude, you only got to nominate yourself once. All right? Seriously. You only got to nominate yourself once for each category. You know what that
does? That fucks up our spreadsheets.
You're an incredible musician, but dude, when I see AJ Tetzlaff, Applejack Tetzlaff, AJ Applejack, dude, seriously, nominate yourself once. I love you, man. But, and he's not the only one.
No, not
Nerds Gone Wild.
Yeah, and what's up with nominating Nerds Gone Wild for all this original music categories? You guys...
Because they fucking won last year.
Pay attention to what you're nominating people for.
Because they won Best Original Vocals last year. Original Lyricist or whatever last year. What the fuck?
Well, that's why we were going through the nominations.
And that's why we gotta sit here and do all this fucking shit.
If you guys would just nominate appropriately, we wouldn't have to do all this work. We would have the show by now.
Let me just say, I'm not saying that to single out AJ Tetzlaff. He is certainly not the only one. He's the one that springs to mind because he's got that memorable name in Applejack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So but he's an incredibly talented musician. I see him post all the time about shows he's got coming up, and they're never anywhere where we're able to get to at the time that he's playing. But I would love to check him out someday. But he is certainly not the only one that's nominated himself a bunch of times. Yeah. And Nerds Gone Wild is part of that. There was another cover band that fucking did the same thing, and I can't think of who they are.
It wasn't Hair Nation, was it?
It wasn't Hair Nation.
They definitely got put in some original music categories, though.
But and that was our thing.
There's the Jim Crean band, and then there's Hair Nation, and one does covers and one does original. And
we were sitting there. What our job was to sit there and go through this and find the songs, find who fits in the category that they're nominated for, find who's doing cover songs and nothing but cover songs, and it's tedious. It's a lot of categories, and it didn't help that some were added after we got them.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Nevermind. I will leave his name out of it. You all know who I'm talking about, though. Love that guy too, but
I can't believe we're going to Warped Tour next week.
I'm excited for Warped Tour.
This is going to be my first Warped Tour, and I just am so terrified that something horrible is going to happen and I'm not going to be able to go.
You got to think positive. What did I tell
right,
you the other
that's what you do believe in.
That's what I told you the other day, is I do believe in the law of attraction.
Yeah.
So if you think positively, it'll be positive.
Yeah.
And, before we get to Warped Tour next week, tune in literally all day, guys, all day. The Struggle is Warped. All WNY, it's us, it's Corey, it's Dennis, and it's going to be an incredible broadcast. We're going to be interviewing the bands, we're going to be interviewing fans, we're going to be having all kinds of cool shit going on.
Yeah.
You want to tune in, you want to listen.
Fuck yeah.
But before you do that, you want to head out to Nietzsche's.
Yeah.
You want to see Stationwagon, The Scarecrow Show, Cage Kings. You want to see Exham Priory. And you want to do it at Nietzsche's, that vacant paradise. All WNY Radio, ThinkSoJoe Show. We'll see you. We'll see you Saturday at Nietzsche's, and we'll see you next week at Warped Tour.
Woo!
XM Priory, Vacant Paradise.